Okay, I'll start this video indoors. This is probably the most critical element that separates it from a active as opposed to a passive solar water heater system. This is a temperature sensor gauge. It's wired to a valve up on the roof, goes up through the ceiling here. And the sensor upstairs, when the water in the collector upstairs is hotter than the water in the tank, then this kicks on, activates the TACO pump on the return line here, and circulates the water up and back. The arrangement here is pretty simple, but this is, of course, a critical element to the design right here. And, of course, it's not your standard water heater tank. It's a special tank that's got, instead of just a hot water in and a hot water out, it's got the extra lines for the solar array upstairs. So basically the tank and this valve, this temperature sensor, are the critical indoor differences. All right, I'll go to the roof here now. This is the actual solar array that's up on the roof. It's 11 feet long by 4 feet high or wide. And basically all it is, I don't know if you can see this or not, it's a series of 3/8 inch tubes, there's 10 of them, that are just in a parallel array underneath a film coating. It's an actual aluminum foil that's formed to cover over the pipes, and it's painted black. And the array is interesting because this is one thing I wouldn't have thought of. It is tilted slightly so that there's always a passive element to the water feed. But cold water actually comes up here, the water goes through the array, eventually coming out up here where it gets fed. That's the TACO pump at the bottom of this return line. And then the only thing up here are, besides the temperature sensor, which is under the glass here, this is what indicates when this water's hotter than the water in the tank, so to kick on. The only other difference is it's got a vacuum release and a pressure relief valves up here. This is another pressure. I'm not sure I understand why that's. And then, of course, in case there is a pressure overdose, then the overflow pressure relief valve there. That's pretty much the game on this thing. Pretty simple design, and yet it's incredibly effective. Since Byron left, I've not had the breaker box to the hot water heater turned on at all. It's been this thing strictly heated all the hot water I've used.